Good morning. This is e-learning day lesson for Wednesday, March 18th. Alright, so we're going back to the module today. I'm going to start with the 810 task. So here you have asking us to solve the following equation for x. So again, you see it's just a regular equation. So when we're trying to solve for x, we want to, of course, get the variable by itself. So we need to get rid of the 2/3. We could do this in 2 steps, right, but we want to be efficient. So the most efficient way to get the x by itself is by multiplying both sides by the reciprocal. Multiplying both sides by 3/2. That would get this to be 1x equals 12. So here we know we've basically solved for x. We got 1 there in front of x, which we know is optional. So we can just write it as x equals 12. Okay, so it says in the list of properties you use to solve this equation probably included the use of a multiplicative inverse and the multiplicative identity property. Right? So here's the multiplicative inverse. Right? The inverse of 2/3. Right? And the multiplicative identity property, right, where we have x being multiplied by 1. So now it says there systems of linear equations can be represented with matrix equations that can be solved using the same properties that are used to solve the above equation. First, we need to recognize how a matrix equation can represent a system of linear equations. Okay, so it says here, write the linear system of equations that is represented by the following matrix. So again, you see here we have a matrix multiplication equation. So it's kind of working in reverse. So what we need to do here is we're going to do row times column. So we do top row times this column. We know it has to be the top row element. So we do 3 times x to get 3x. 5 times y is 5y. And then we're supposed to add those together, and that equals -1. Do the same thing for the bottom row. Again, multiplying matrices is row times column. So we do the bottom row times the 1 column. That should equal the bottom element here. So 2 times x is 2x. 4y, add those together, equals 4. Okay, so you kind of see the connections between this matrix multiplication equation and how it converts into a system of equations. Alright, so for example number 3, we're going to go in the other direction here. So here's our system of equations, and we want to write it as a matrix equation. Okay, so the way we're going to do that is we're going to take the coefficients first and make a matrix out of it. Right? So that's going to be what I'm going to call our coefficient matrix. Right, so there are the coefficients for the first equation, the top row, and here are the coefficients for the second equation in the second row. All right, so the 2 and the 3 go in the top row, the 3 and the 4 go in the second row. So we're going to close that off. So there's our matrix coefficient part. Right. So now we're going to do the variable part. So we're going to multiply. So we only have 2 variables, so we're going to have an x and a y. And we're going to write it as a column. Right? Because remember, we want to do row times column. Right? When we do a matrix multiplication. Right? So we're going to write the variables as columns. and y. And then we're going to write our solution matrix, which is also going to be a column. There's 14 and 20. Okay, so that's how we transfer a systems of equations into a matrix multiplication equation. Okay, example number 4 says rational numbers 2/3 and 3/2 are multiplicative inverses. So we want to find the multiplicative inverse of the matrix 2, 3, 3, 4. So note the inverse matrix is usually denoted by this notation. Again, we talked about this before we left last week, that this -1 is a notation for the inverse matrix of multiplication. And we talked about there's two ways to find the inverse matrix of multiplication for a 2 by 2. One of them is the systems way. The other way is the determinant way. So let's use the determinant way because we all know that one's a little bit easier to do. So again, the determinant way says, okay, we got to find the value of the determinant first. So determinant equals, so we're going to do 2 times 4 minus 3 times 3. Right, so that gives us -1. So there's our determinant. So to find the inverse, right, so to find the inverse, let me write this down, of this matrix, right, we're going to do 1 over the determinant. And if you guys remember, before we left, we said, alright, so how are we going to flip-flop? We're going to change this matrix. Remember, we're going to flip-flop the AD. So the 4 and the 2 switch places. And then the BC numbers become the opposite. And so that leaves us with this matrix scalar to multiply. So -1 over -1 is -1. So basically, it becomes -4, +3, +3, and -2. So here is the inverse matrix for this 2 by 2. Alright, so again, we use the determinant way to find that inverse. Alright, so now we're going to use what we found here and our knowledge of solving equations to see how we're going to do this with matrices. So here the authors kind of did a side-by-side comparison between solving a regular old equation using the multiplicative inverse and solving a matrix equation. Okay. So again, we start off with the original equation. So again, we talked about it before. It's like, hey, one of the ways to get x by itself is to multiply both sides by the inverse. Right, so that's what we're going to do here. We're going to take this matrix equation and we're going to multiply both sides by this inverse that we just found up here. Alright, so I'm going to put that inverse to the left, because again we know that matrix multiplication is not commutative, so we got to do it in a certain order. Alright, so we're going to do that there. What we do to one side, we have to do the other, so I got to multiply this side by this matrix. Alright, so again, all I did was multiply both sides of this matrix equation by this inverse. Again, the one we just found up here. Alright, so that moved on to the next part of this table. So we see that, alright, when we multiply 2/3 by its inverse, we get 1. And so we saw, again, before we left, if you recall, that when you multiply a matrix times its inverse, you get that identity matrix. Remember that 0, 1, 0, 0, 1 matrix? Okay, so again, this comes from us multiplying these together, right? Matrix times its inverse. Alright, so again, you might want to, if you're not sure how we got this, again, do the matrix multiplication of row times column of these two matrices, and you'll see that you get the 1, 0, 0, 1 matrix. Again, that's the identity matrix. Alright. So that turns into that. Alright, so now this one we actually have to multiply, so we're going to do row times column. Alright, so I'm going to do that in my calculator to kind of speed things up a little bit. Alright, so top row times this column, so negative 4 times 14. And we got to add to that 3 times 20. Alright, so that gives me 4. So now I'm going to do second row times this column, so 3 times 14. I'm going to add to that negative 2 times 20. And that gives me 2. Alright, so again, I did row times column, multiplying these two matrices, and I got 4 and 2. Alright, so that brings us down to here. So again, this is just the identity matrix. Again, when I do row times column, I'm just going to end up with x and y again. Alright, and so here we're left with the solution, move this up a little bit, with the solution for x and y. Right? We solved for this system. Right? And then this is just kind of a continuation of that. So again, we solve for x and y. X, here x is going to be equal to 4, y is equal to 2. Right, so what does the last line in the table in question 5 tell you about the systems of equations? Again, it tells us that x is equal to 4 and y is equal to 2 in that system. Okay. Alright, so we're going to finish it off by going over problem number 7. Alright, so we're going to solve this system using matrices. Alright, so again, we're going to set it up doing our coefficient matrix. First equation, there's the coefficients. Second equation, there's the coefficients. We're going to multiply that by our variable matrix, written as a column. And that's going to equal our solution matrix. Okay, so that's the setup. So what I want you guys to do is to see if you can solve this example for the systems of equations. Okay, go back to the examples that we did. Remember, we want to find the inverse of this matrix first. Right. And then we're going to multiply both sides of this equation by that inverse. Okay. So we're going to continue this lesson in the second video. Okay. All right. So I'll see you guys in a bit.